Hello everyone, Rare Modern Reviews here. You know what time it is. So first and foremost, before we even get this thing properly started, I just wanted to mention that I am going to make a title change for my unboxing series, or should I say my mystery box series. As the last mystery box I did, someone got a little confused and thought this was an actual mystery box, which is those kind of orders that you can do online on certain sites where they give you a assortment of mystery items for you to buy at what some could say is an unfair price. So in order to avoid people thinking that's what this is, I decided to change the title of the video to what you see now, obviously. So I'm still gonna end up numbering these. I'm not gonna go crazy, just call it something different, kind of clickbaity every time. So I wanted to still be clear that it's going to be the same kind of video, which is of course just me really just unboxing a package I ordered online, which is typically just random Gunpla or action figures and sometimes a few other different things thrown in there. So interest aside, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So before I actually show off what is in this thing first, I'm gonna show off this little package insert here. So this is gonna be for Tamashii Nations here, advertising there's a Zaku Marine type, which actually is kind of tempting, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't believe they may have modeled this thing like ever, even in high grade. I also want to point out this is a package from Premium Bandai, of course. I already showed this same insert off like a billion times, so I'm not gonna go crazy and stuff like I usually do with that. But starting out here, and I'm gonna say starting out strong, we have the Master Grade Tall Geese 3 from a Gundam as Waltz. So this, of course, is going to be a P Bandai variant of the standard Tall Geese. This was released in 2015, by the way. Actually, I think I am going to pick this up. I think I might be able to get a better look at this if I did. So you get 2015. You got this nice little package art here. I believe this is the scene where Zero and the Tall Geese 3 here fought. If they even fought, I don't remember. I haven't seen this post in so long. I might have to rewatch that when I build this and the Wing Zero Custom, as it's typically known as. So I'm not gonna actually bother showing around a package. It's usually just the same box, so I just kind of showed in a different angle. Look into the first plate here. We have some clear pieces on the top, some blues, whites, red. Back of it is gonna be gray. Got some nice same dark blue. This one's a lighter gray than the other shade we have there. Again, some more light grays here. These like to make up some parts of the feet and shield. Have some yellow parts that's going to be for that little crown it has on his forehead. More whites here for the hands. That's one thing I love that Katsuki did with some of the mobile suits from in this Waltz there. The white hands are very unique. Closest thing that we've seen to that was the Zeta Gundam, which I believe had like a white thumb. But again, just chef's kiss, you know. And this might have been one of the first kits to go back to the red beams. I believe these are the same beams we typically see. Oh no, these are actually that's interesting. These are the OG Master Grade Beam Sabers. That's interesting. I wonder why they decided to do that. Because the Tall Geese, I believe, is a smaller suit. I don't believe it's super big. So it's weird that they use the oversized beam sabers for it, because those are going to look crazy. The target is small, so I'm pretty sure it is. So I guess we'll have to build this thing to see how that looks. So as per standard, oh, we actually have some silvers in here. Nice. I wonder what those are going to be for. But yeah, as I was saying, these P Bandai kits always have some water slide decals in there. So again, it's our last runner here. More of those whites. And the last one here, this looks like the same light gray that I've been seeing throughout. So this being a bit of an earlier P Bandai kit, it has an actual manual. It's not none of the BS manuals they like to do now, where they take the original manual and use as much as possible and then add a little insert with some of the newer parts. And you see a nice colored artwork here for the box art for this kit. So we're gonna get straight in here. We'll see the parts manifest. So this thing has quite a bit of parts. The box is rather sizable. Got the layout here of Tall Geese 3. I don't think they're gonna have any details on the actual specs of the suit itself, but it still is nice to have a proper manual, even if it doesn't have those details. So you can of course see an actual proper guide on how to build this thing. And not gonna lie, I'm very tempted to go ahead and have this guy skip the line, because I really wanted to build a Masquerade Tall Geese for some time, and I had to pick the 3 because the 3 not only has the Epaulet, which is of course a fan favorite of anyone who's watched Wing, but also the Tall Geese, another fan favorite. So it's just Tall Geese 3 is just a match made in heaven. And of course, who else but Milliardo Peace Craft, aka Zex Marquise, the Lightning Count, to pilot this thing. Now I did hear that the real grade version of Tall Geese 3 did the little heat rod a bit better than the Masquerade. But from what I've seen on this thing, the Tall Geese 3 is still amazing. So of course I'm going to build it, see for myself if that is the case. But that is only one of many kits I have in this box here. So I'm just going to quickly try to get this thing on properly. There we go. Didn't take too long to do that. And we're going to move on, of course, to the next kit we have here in this unboxing, which is going to be the Zaku 2 Kimberite base type. You can't quite see it from the lettering in a way here, but this came out 2018. Actually a bit older than I thought it was. I thought this might have been kind of bit newish, but basically this is going to be a premium Bandai variant of course, the Zaku 2 2.0. Should that really be a shock to anyone if made a remake of that thing about 27 different times? But what makes this thing cool is it actually has some parts here that make this thing into I guess you say 2 different variants. I'm pretty sure you can only make one Zaku 2 out of this kit. However, as you can see here, you can choose to make it either the more desert colored Zaku 2 or the green colored Zaku 2 here. But what I'm going to actually end up doing is I'm going to make the unit from 0083, which is originated from, if you guys didn't know, which had, like, I believe it was green legs and like a desert colored body. Of course, water slide details for this thing. Now, looking around at the box, some of the stuff looks a bit different. Like the feet I showed off earlier, those feet didn't like to have the articulation the Zaku 2 has. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the Zaku 2's feet were articulated, whereas that one, they look kind of like flat, you know. So I'm hoping this isn't a premium Bandai variant of the Zaku 2 1.0, you know, the OG one that came out in 2000 when Masquerade first came out. That's going to be a bit disappointing if that's the case. Actually, also not seeing many grays in here, so I'm getting a little nervous. I mean, it would be a refresher because I have like 7 different Zaku 2s ready to go. This thing also looks like it has some different guns too, which is nice. So now I'm actually really curious about building this thing because I want to see whether this thing is the 2.0 or not. Is it going to suck if it isn't a 2.0? Because it's going to suck. But at the same time, at least it would be a refresher again to not build the same exact mobile setup I'm building constantly. Like, I don't know if I mentioned the earlier video or not, but I actually was going to build Char Zaku 2 2.0, but I ended up getting so many different kits, I kind of keep pushing that thing back, so I probably might try to bang that thing out before I get to this, but we'll see. So this is where I was talking about the Zaku I want to build. I want to build this one. So this is about, it looks like it's just trying to tell you there's like 5 different configurations you can build based off of what's in this thing here, which I think is pretty cool. So what are they saying here? Okay, they're trying to tell you to make sure you're using the right points here for these. And they, of course, tell you which ones you're not supposed to use based off of this. It's funny because I'm actually building the high grade Dejay right now, and I looked at this little parts manifest a little too late. I kind of messed up on the parts. All it really is I used the wrong colors, but it's not a big deal. So again, I'm just telling you which configurations you can build. Zoom in a little bit more. So it's interesting because it's trying to tell you that you shouldn't use certain accessories for some of these too. I'm sure I'll still be able to make use of those missile pods they're showing off nonetheless. And this thing looks like it uses, like that Zuka looks a bit different from the 2.0s. Same with that Zaku machine gun. It doesn't like the same one. I could be wrong, maybe just the angle and stuff, but I guess that comes with a stern fall, so although that's probably just something reused from an earlier kit. So again, looking at the construction here, I don't know, man. This thing looks pretty bare bones. I honestly am seriously thinking that this is definitely going to be the original Zaku that they have here in the Kembrite colors. Because this looks really simple, this construction. This definitely is looking like they used the Zaku 1 for some reason, or the Zaku 2 1.0 for this thing for some reason. Which is very strange if that's the case. I'm not sure why they decided to go with the original Zaku 2 Master Grade as opposed to the newer one. Because that's kind of a good and a bad thing. Good because, again, unique building experience for me. I imagine it'd be a lot quicker to build. But it's going to be bad because, well, besides the fact, I know this step's going to be a pain. This is why they did what they do with the 2.0. This is going to be a nightmare to build. I want to say the Goof Custom had the original experience. It wasn't too bad, but I mean, I can definitely say I enjoyed the Zaku 2's version of it a bit better. So again, it's just very strange for them not to use the 2.0s for this this kit here. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious as to how it'd be like to build some of the original Master Grades. So I'd say the oldest ones I got were the Unit 1 and a Unit 1 full veneer. And those weren't bad to build, but yeah, they definitely had a bit of a, not so much clunky, it's just, it's kind of like a strange experience because it gets how weird some of the stuff was laid out and just overall how dated, you know, the technology and the building practices for those things were. So that's one of the joys of being a Gunpla modeler, you know, just the building experience, really. It's always nice to build something new and just, see some of the older technologies they use in older kits and the newer technologies, you know, from more recent kits and all that. So, again, very pleasant surprise, I suppose, that they decided to go with 1.0 for that premium Bandai variant. Which I guess kind of makes sense because, of course, you know, those are supposed to be like outdated, derelict mobile suits they're just barely maintaining, you know, as they hit on Earth for who knows what reason. Now, finally, here we have the Gelgoog 2.0 Ana Delgado color. So, as you guys know, last week I reviewed Johnny Ridden's Gelgoog. And that's one of the main reasons why I try to get that thing out right away is because now I have Gado's version. So I can't say I'm probably not going to be in any rush to build this thing because, of course, it's basically going to be Johnny Ridden's. But eventually when I do get to this thing, I shall be reviewing it in its full, especially as I'm not going to lie, I missed out on a few things on Johnny Ridden's. Basically just waist articulation. I think that's the only thing I kind of messed up on. I forgot to show the waist articulation, which is nothing special anyway, but still. So when I get to around building this kit, of course, any questions or I guess I'd say complaints from the first review that I might have missed out on or whatnot, I'll leave it to you guys to post on that review. So when I get around to eventually building this thing and reviewing it, I'll be able to kind of solve some of those issues I had. So first of all, getting onto this thing, I'm going to say the beam effect parts they use for this beam saber look a bit different than Johnny's. These ones look like a bit more of like this, I guess you call that shock yellow. It's like kind of this yellowish, greenish almost color. Like it just looks different from the one Johnny's had, which is more of a orangish yellow. Same for the shield. The shield looks more like a orange than a yellow. Beam Saber looks the same though, like the actual Beam Saber itself there for the Naginata. That, or hilt, I guess you say that. That looks yellow, like it does normally. Yellow pilot figures for God over there. Has some of that green there for his waist sections and what have you. That screw is in that yellow bag there for the hand. Has some of that navy blue, Gato signature colors. Even though his pilot suit was like purple and red. But anywho, there's some grays here. So this looks like it's more so for the thrusters. And this is stuff for the legs and feet. I can confirm all this stuff because I built this thing like a week ago, so it's still fresh in my head. So this is stuff for the heads, hands, and arms. Back here is for like the waist. I believe those are for the legs. I believe this is the completely new stuff here. This looks like this is going to be for the guns. And the back here is for the shield and more gun parts here. Oh, that's for the standard beam rifle. And this is going to be stuff for the hands and chest. There's some extra parts for the shoulders here and legs and waist as well. And then finally some parts there for the legs. And that's going to be podcast. So there's something I'm not surprised about. They use this exact same thing for the for Johnny's. Only difference is the menus are different here. So this is going to be a very, very small menu that they're using here. This, of course, is going to be the parts list, because this is only new things that came with it. Again, that runner here for the gun, and then the of course the decal. So this is just hilarious. Literally, the only thing unique about this kit is going to be the gun here, which is like more of a sniper rifle. Although, I guess you say a higher caliber sniper rifle, because the Gelgoog always kind of had a sniper rifle. I always thought of the Gelgoog as kind of the Zaku sniper space type. But yeah, so you're just going to really be building this gun and then decaling it, and then you have the unique colors. Now, one thing I kind of glazed over, Johnny's Gelgoog is a P Bandai variant of I'm sorry, oh my throat's gonna dry. Johnny's Gelgoog is a P Bandai variant of Char's Gelgoog 2.0, whereas this is a P Bandai variant of just the Gelgoog 2.0. And I love this box art, by the way. You can see some of the Zeon support ships and whatnot in the background of Zaku, another Gelgoog. Very cool. I just miss, I mean, for the most part, Bandai's always did good with their box arts. I can't say I miss it, but I don't know. It's just something about the 2.0 era Masterwares I just really love. And you have this giant detailed history on these mobile suits here. So as standard, I'll just kind of slowly go over this, let you guys pause it, and maybe see if you can translate some of this stuff into something you can read on your own time. The parts manifest as always. The how-to instructions and what have you. So, again, this is going to be pretty much the same experience you'd have gotten from Char's Gelgoog. Going to build this thing here. So I honestly could probably use Char's Gelgoog to build this thing first and foremost, but of course I'm going to use this menu I have here. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'll ever get a standard Gelgoog. If I were, I probably might do it in high grade, if not real grade, if there's even a Gelgoog in real grade yet. So it's actually kind of good that I do have this standard menu to have just for the sake of it. That's how much I love the Gelgoog. I don't know if I'd want to go out and get the default Gelgoog. At that point, it's just me getting Gunpla for the sake of getting Gunpla. I like for my stuff to be as unique as possible, as opposed to just having an assortment of different colors. So again, this is all stuff that I've seen before, and likewise, if you have any of those Gelgoog 2.0s, this all look very familiar. Like, I feel like I've literally already looked inside this menu, except for that one insert showing the color gun and what have you. So that's another thing I'm going to be sure to show off the this thing on an action base. And of course, I'll drag out Johnny's Gelgoog to compare that as well. But that is it for this guy. That is it for this unboxing. So hopefully the camera work is a bit better. I was trying to be a bit more careful, and even though I'm doing this with one hand, I'm trying to be as careful as possible with this thing and just make sure I'm always getting a reasonable ankle point in this thing. I'm not gonna lie, I've always been kind of lazy with my unboxings. I was kind of trying to get these out as quick as possible and do them, or rather film as quick as possible. So I might honestly start trying to edit them a bit. Kind of got some of the phase of me putting the boxes on. And what I was about to say. Just overall trying to skip out some of the more awkward moments of these things just so we get straight to the boxing itself. Because it's kind of hard to film these on a tripod. Every time I try, it's just like I can never get a decent enough angle. And it's like I have to kind of lower and raise this tripod, which is a pain to do. I mean, I guess I could probably cut out some of that with the editing. We'll see. Maybe the next unboxing, again, I'll try to work on doing that just to, again, make this thing as, what I was about to say, as professional as possible. But again, usually I leave this off saying which one of these you want me to build first, etc., etc. I can already say that I'm gonna spoil it right now. I have another Zaku coming. You'll probably see that next week for the unboxing. Originally, I was gonna suggest to you guys which one you wanted me to see first, but this thing threw a curveball at me with them deciding to use the 1.0s for this thing for the PBN variant of Zaku. I was expected to be the 2.0. So now I'm probably gonna still try to finish building shards, because the only option would be for me to ask, do you guys want me to do shards first or Johnny's? I know you guys would say Johnny's, so that's not even there's no point in me saying that. I'll probably try to build shards anyway, just to get that out of the way, because that's like my next big project, whereas the DJ is a side project. I can bring that out in a day. So I'll probably try to hurry up and build shards, get that DJ out the way. Then I'll probably end up building this Zaku, just because I'm so curious about it. I just kind of have to. I'll probably end up doing this a little bit later, because I want to rewatch Wing while I build this in Zero. I'm going to be completely honest. And then again, I just built a Gelgoog, so I'm not going to build this anytime soon. I'll probably build it sometime early next year, nonetheless. Just because I kind of want to... I didn't mind building the Gelgoog first and foremost. I just really kind of want to get the review out, because I kind of feel like I need to redeem myself. I wasn't totally happy with the Johnny's review. I felt like I could have done a little bit better. It wasn't too sloppily done, but I don't know. Me kind of missing out waist articulation kind of bothered me enough to where I really want to review this thing, to kind of do a bit of a do-over, etc. But that's really it here, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. This has been Rare Mod Reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video or review.